Morning, everybody. We are experiencing technical issues with this rubbish software that we're finally ready to upgrade from. But yesterday we realized we need one more piece of hardware. So for those of you that have been following us, that's all the new equipment that we've been getting. Richard's been learning how to do it. So fingers crossed in the next couple of days, this last little cable that we need is going to arrive and we're never going to have to use this rubbish software again.
Yeah, and there's a lot of you who have been giving us really a lot of love via email saying you guys don't need to be spending money on this sort of thing. We don't care about that you level up the cameras and things like this. Trust me, it's not about that. It's that we built this entire thing on an intro level software, and we've outgrown iPhones, and we've outgrown that now, and the software is just it's just falling apart on us. So
and it's not just that. We love that those of you that love what we do would watch us in black and white, with squiggles across the screen. Like, that's really, really cool. But because we're trying to reach more and more people, you only ever get one chance at a first impression. And for a lot of people, the nature of the way that people flick through YouTube and flick through things, they flick on. They don't even watch for long enough to figure out if they like you or what you're doing is valuable. They go off that first impression. And if that first impression is a low frame rate and 720, that's enough for somebody. The brain works. Like, market research shows that you've got 3 seconds to capture someone's attention in the digital era these days. So, thank you so much for the love. But as Yanni said, there's bigger things at play here, more things that we have to be doing. So, how you doing today, Yanni? I'm absolutely fried. That leg workout just murdered me. Who said you couldn't get a leg workout at home without weights? I probably did one day. Yeah. Although I know that that's not true because I did Kung Fu for 13 years, and that's why my legs are so strong. I did so much body weight training in martial arts and Kung Fu. And it trains you in a totally different way. It is a totally different way to do so much volume to get the level of fatigue that I'm experiencing right now, rather than intensity with heavy weights on the squat. Yeah. But man, does it work.
And if you're following along at home and you don't know what we're talking about right now, where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? We are live streaming our at-home daily workouts to the YouTube channel, Unity Gym, on YouTube, and they're epic. And one of the important things that I think we should say, because we've had a lot of people asking to borrow weights, to take home because they're not finding that leg workout challenging enough. And I tell you what, I don't know how you're doing it, but Rad's pretty strong and he's finding it very challenging. But the important thing to understand is that there is a carryover from what you're doing there to what you come back to do in the gym. A really good example of that is that Rad didn't do any barbell squatting for about a year, and he focused on a lot of his body weight Kung Fu style sort of hectic volume workouts. And he came back and squat 170 kilos,
after 2 weeks.
And I remember there was one example where, someone was
I didn't do any squats at all, nothing. All I was doing was Kung Fu. And, for Blakely and Tom, who was so interested in this, the rooster walk was what I was doing. And in Kung Fu, you do these things where you just stand in a position without moving for about 10 minutes, and it's brutal on your legs. Kalicia's got one of her favourite videos of me falling over in the background of a gym, of a video of you squatting. But then this squat challenge went around the internet, where it was, how many squats can you do at 100 kilos in 2 minutes? You had 2 minutes, and the only rule is that you can't re-rack the barbell, and you have to do proper squats. And I think I did, and we've got it on video, I think I did 36 or 40 reps at 100 kilos in 2 minutes, which was up there with some of the people that were posting some of the best numbers. And I went from no squatting, only body weight exercises, straight into that. Yeah. Warm up. Of course,
I remember a more impressive show of strength was when one of the guys here, who was a bit of a buffhead, another personal trainer who was like squatting every day or every other day, doing front squats at 120 kilos, and he was doing sets of 3.
No, I think he was doing like sets of 2 or something.
No, I'm pretty sure he was doing sets of 3, and he was giving you shit about your rooster walk, and you walked up without any warm-up and did 10 reps at his max 3 RM, on a front squat after having not squat for a long time,
Yeah.
and
That's
didn't do
another
any
vi-
warm-up sets.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
another video that popped up on my feed again the other day as well.
Yeah, and everyone was just like, okay, shut up and stop giving him shit about his rooster walk, you know.
Yeah.
So these high volume workouts with body weight have a carryover, and you will, if you follow along with these, you will get. You'll carry over that conditioning to your gym workouts when you return to the gym. So
Now I'm going to take control of today's show, and I'm going to tell the story the way that I want to tell it, which is we're going to start with the end.
okay, yeah, start with the end,
and then we can go into the, everything else. So we've got a challenge for you. Yanni and I were talking this morning, and we're thinking about. I've had some. I feel like I've
just sorry. I don't know whether you noticed this, but you've said the UMS challenge stats today. Yeah. Come on, Richie.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So we were talking about this morning that we're, because everybody's in lockdown, and this is going to be going for a while, we have an opportunity to do some things that we have always talked about that we do, but that never really get off the ground because of all the other things we're doing, and also because our members are just so busy. But right now, it's clear that everybody around the world is going a bit stir crazy, and we need some things to entertain ourselves more than Netflix and porn or whatever it is that you're spending your time on.
Seems to be, based on the memes going around, there seems to be a lot of porn and masturbation going on. I'm a bit concerned.
A
lot of people are going to go blind out there.
So we've decided that we're going to set a challenge for you all to do at home, which is that over the next month, over the next 30 days, we are going to build week on week, we're going to build a morning ritual for you. Yanni and I have developed a morning ritual years ago. I think we got introduced to it by Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Morning. That was probably the first time that we really adopted a morning ritual, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, arguably yes and no. We were doing certain
definitely
things already.
We
anyway.
were, but that was the first time for me that I had this, meditation, affirmations, visualization, and all those things.
It was probably the first time for you. It certainly wasn't for me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, for me then.
I've been doing a morning ritual since I met T. Harv Eker, which was in 2006, mate.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. So, it's all about this idea that you have a ritual of things that you do before you do anything else, and nothing gets in the way. For me, it doesn't always happen on the weekends, but Monday to Friday, you could set your clock by it. I mean, my alarm goes off, and I'm into it straight away. So what we're going to do is we're going to set a challenge for you all that for the next 30 days, we're in isolation. You don't have a choice. You're going to be at home anyway. For the next 30 days that you do this morning ritual every single day, and we're going to build on it. So for the first 7 days, there's going to be one element to it, and then we're going to add another, and by the end of the 30 days, you're going to have a morning ritual. And the idea is this is not a push-up challenge where at the end of the 30 days, you don't do push-ups anymore. The idea of this is that you build something out that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And some of the emails that we've been having from some of our, inner tribe that have been affected by the way that we've taught people how to do these rituals and how to take control of their lives have been pretty inspirational for Yanni and me, and pretty profound, the changes that a lot of people have gone through. So the first part of this challenge is to meditate every day for 10 minutes. And I'm going to quote Tony Robbins here. Tony Robbins says, if you don't have 10 minutes to meditate a day, you don't have a life. And I really love that saying because, if you've got 24 hours in a day and you literally are somebody that says, no, I don't have 10 minutes to meditate, I can't do that. You're a slave. You're not a person. You're not living a life. You're a slave. You're a slave to whatever is going on in your life. If you literally can't say, I'm blocking everything else out for 10 minutes to meditate.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go one step further. I'm not going to just tell you to meditate. Because we've been giving you guys a lot of advice, a lot of things that you could do. We're throwing the gauntlet down now, and we're putting down a challenge. So everybody that wants to do this has to comment on this video and say, I'm in. And if you're in, we're going to hold you accountable to it. And the challenge is that you need to download the app, the Waking Up app, the Sam Harris app. You create a free account. You don't have to enter your credit card details or anything like that if you want a free account. And you get the first 5 meditations for free. I had I used the free app for about 6 to 12 months and got amazing results from it by just redoing those same meditations. I've now committed and I've signed up to the app for 19 Australian dollars a month. And I'm very, very grateful that I did in this time. So if anybody gets through those first 5 meditations and wants to sign up, that's your prerogative. But that's the first challenge. You are going to meditate for 10 minutes every day, which means you're going to set your intention the night before when you go to sleep, which means you set an alarm and there's no snoozing. The first part of this challenge is that for 7 days, when your alarm goes off, you get up. You can do whatever you want before you meditate. You can have a coffee. You can go to the toilet. You can have a quick shower, a cold shower. Don't eat a meal, though. Don't eat first. But you can do any of those things that you want to do first. Brush your teeth if you want to. I used to brush my teeth. I found that just helped me to relax and feel good about myself. And then you're going to meditate for 10 minutes.
Yeah, my morning ritual is the moment my alarm goes off, and I've gotten so attuned to it now that I react to the vibration before the sound. So it vibrates once or twice and then the first sound goes, and usually I stop it before the sound goes because often I have my kids in bed with us in the morning. They usually creep in around 4 o'clock in the mornings at some point, and we wake up with them there and don't know that when they came in. So I try not to wake everyone up. And then the very first thing I do is I get up, I have a litre bottle of water next to me, and I drink as much of it as I can possibly drink instantly. So it's usually about half a litre of water I can guzzle down in one hit. And that really wakes me up. It wakes up my digestive system. It wakes up my whole body. And then I, walk out to the bathroom, brush my teeth, have a shit and a shower. And it's a ice cold shower every morning for about 60 to 90 seconds. And then I start my meditation. So by the time I've come out of my cold shower, I've brushed my teeth, I've been to the loo because the amount of water that goes in basically gets everything moving, and then I meditate. And then before I leave the house, I aim to have finished that bottle of water, which is usually a minimum of 750 mils of fresh filtered water, which is a very good way to start your day because you generally dehydrate a little bit overnight, just through breathing and perspiration. So I would challenge everyone to try and stick to that, to follow that routine, because it helps get you up, it helps get you invigorated. And the cold shower is something that you have to train for. You usually start off by doing 10 seconds, but man, it is phenomenal how good you feel if you get into a routine of doing that. And it really, I've bin doing it now for a couple of years. It's not it's not hard anymore at all. It was a little bit hard in Europe. So Tom, in your winter, bro, I was over in winter and it was like, woo, proper cold. I think my cold showers maybe dropped down to
they're in spring now, so they got no excuse.
Yeah, that's right. my cold showers when I was in Germany, especially at like minus 15 degrees overnight, were probably only 20 seconds, 20 or 30 seconds because it was like burny cold. But anyway, it's a fantastic way to wake up in the morning. And meditation and water in the morning before coffee is really important. And then, we'll build on that from there.
Yep. So that's your challenge, everybody.
Well, hold on. So far, there's 2 challenges. One is meditation in the morning, and the next one is to do the daily workout.
Yep. But we've already put that one down.
Okay, yeah.
So we're adding to that. We're building on it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
We've already put the challenge down of doing the daily workout while you're at home. So we're building on this now. Make no mistake. I'm going to look straight down the camera when I say this. There are those of you that are going to watch these videos daily and smile and go, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea, and do nothing about it. And guess what? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And then there are those of you, and in our experience, it's only a few that watch this stuff and go, I'm doing that, and they act on it and do it. And if you could see, we're going out to a big audience now. We're around the world. We've got over 1,200 people in this group now, and people are joining every day. But for those of you that have never set foot in Unity Gym, tomorrow we're going to announce our Member of the Month for February, and we've got a video of an interview with that person and some footage of them training. If you could see the transformation that goes through, that people go through that really adopt all of the things that we're talking about here, because we are not a diet gym. We're not a do something for 90 days and get a life-changing result and then you just sort of wither off and go back to where you are, which is pretty much what the entire fitness industry was built on. If you listen to this and go, wow, you know what? I'm at home anyway. I'm in lockdown. I may as well do something that's productive. You are going to achieve some phenomenal life change over the next 30 days. I guarantee it. And if you go into this with the attitude of, I'm going to cultivate some habits that are going to stick with me, then your life will change in ways that you can't even imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And not everyone's ready for that level of change initially. I mean, the email that inspired Rad to kick this off was from a member who hasn't trained in the gym for 2 years.
Probably 3 now.
3 years, yeah. He was he was our ultimate athlete. Was he our ultimate athlete?
Yeah, he was
originally. Yeah.
No, not originally. He was one, like the third ultimate
Yeah,
athlete.
yeah. And he was an absolute weapon. And for a myriad of reasons, the main one was that he started his own business and he needed to move his office to home. He was started a law firm. Yeah, he didn't train, but he sent us an email recently and just said, based on that we have a blueprint, a motivation blueprint, which is actually going to be released soon, and it's a mini course with just everything, a collaboration of everything Rad and I do to hack the motivation systems in the brain, and we roll it out every year as part of our Unity V show on YouTube, just to get everyone started at the start of the year. And this guy, our friend Adrian, just absolutely sunk his teeth into it this year and has completely changed his life based on the email that he sent us through. And he wasn't ready for it while he was at the gym, but he was ready for it this time and really, really dove into it. So if you can shift into that mindset of really opening you up to this sort of stuff, wow.
And there's a really powerful process that our lives are governed by, which is that your programming, the way that your mind is programmed, leads to your thoughts. Your thoughts lead to your feelings, the way that you feel about things. Your feelings lead to your actions, and your actions create the results in your life. And we either get results that we want or results that we don't want. Now, the way that you're programmed is set very firmly. The majority of it was laid by your parents or by your childhood from a very early age. From the studies that I've read, about 90% of our programming comes from our childhood, and only about 10% of it comes from our environment. But the good thing about it is that we have the ability to influence and change that. And it comes from the first step comes from an acknowledgement that you actually can empower yourself to change your programming, change the way that you perceive things. And what I mean by programming is you can have two people sitting right next to each other and view the same set of instances, the same interaction between two people, and someone can say, "Oh my God, look at what that guy is. He really." Mistreated this person. And then the other person can say, oh my God, look at how this, like you can describe this. I'm trying to think of an example, but I'm doing it on the spot here. But you can see the exact same events and perceive them totally differently. And that's purely on our programming. How can two people see the same thing and perceive it differently? It comes from the way we're programmed. So that determines how you act, what opportunities you're going to take and what opportunities you're going to leave on the table. Like there's so many things like that really governs your life. So by taking up a challenge like this is really like the first step to changing your programming. Meditation has been recognized right through Western culture and science now as being something that has profound effects on your brain, and the brain is what controls our body. So it's going to reduce stress, and if you reduce stress, you're going to be acting from a more empowered stance. You're going to experience a higher level of health. You're going to be more productive at work. You're not going to spiral downward in this during this lockdown phase. So that's why we're starting with meditation. Well, we started with exercise, but we've ticked that box. Hopefully we've got you all doing daily exercise, and if you haven't done that, then you definitely want to start doing our daily at-home workouts. And now we're moving on to meditation, and we're going to build out this daily ritual as well. And before you know it, you'll have a little ritual that will take you. It can take some people up to an hour, and it can take others as little as 15 minutes. In the morning. It depends on what you're willing to give, and it depends on what's going to suit your life.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. A couple of quick shout outs. We've got a very, very rare and awesome situation here where we got Blakely, Tom Wood, and Biwa Kwan on the stream all together.
Oh, look
That's
out.
3 of our administrators.
All 3 moderators.
From all corners of the globe, which is really, really cool.
Blakely's in Alabama, I think.
Tom's just
Blakely,
out
tell
of-
me if that's right. Tom's in the UK. Where are you in the UK,
just
Tom? I
out
can't
of
remember.
London by an hour or so.
And
I
B
think,
was just
and-
up the road.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
Also,
Tanya Metcalf has jumped in and said, I'm down for the meditation challenge. That is awesome,
Absolutely.
Tanya. So the first thing you have to do...
So is William Abel. I'm up for the challenge. Thanks for doing this.
So the first thing that you guys need to do, it's free to get started. Download the Waking Up app, create an account, and be ready to go tomorrow morning. I swear that this is going to change your life. It's really, really good. And Mike, what's Mike said? I can't read it.
Mike has said, cold shower, you can train by doing one limb at a time, like limb per limb.
Yeah.
Just going under bit by bit, you know.
Good advice, Mike.
Absolutely.
Mike, are you down for this meditation challenge, brother? Come on, I want to see you in there, man. You are somebody who is very proactive on empowering yourself and changing your life for the better. Throw your hat in the ring, man. Let me see an affirmation from you that you're going to do this.
Aiden Potts, meditation has done wonders for me. Started with the Headspace app, but now on day 35 of the Waking Up app from Yanni's recommendations. That's awesome. Adam, I'm going to give that a
Aiden,
like.
is that Aiden?
Aiden, sorry.
Yeah, Aiden, well done, brother. Good on you.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys stepping up and taking some action. It's going to be really cool if you all use the same app because everyone's going to be sort of on the same page, and this is one that Rad and I have been using for a while. The first 30 days of the app, I think, are sort of preset, and then he goes to a daily...
50.
First 50
days,
is it?
yeah,
Okay.
50.
First 50 days, and then he goes to a daily meditation, which is just just random, and you do all sorts of exercises. You know, I did an exercise the other day where I had to go for a walk and meditate whilst walking with your eyes open. You know, like you really get to a point where you start to be able to go into a meditative state in all different circumstances and environments. And I've gotten to a point now where I can meditate with my eyes open really easily. You know, it's really, it's a great course. Sam Harris is a beast. I've gone on to read 2 of his books.
Yeah, I'm reading Waking Up now.
He's a very, very clever dude. And he's just a really cool dude. He's actually a really cool dude. I subscribe to his blog.
Well, what's his background? What's his university
He's a
training?
neuroscientist. Yeah.
So he's the only person that I've found that comes at this meditation standpoint from somebody who is Western educated in science and at a very high level. And so he really debunks the mythical rubbish around meditation in a really good way, at least in the book. This doesn't happen in the app, but in the book Waking Up. And but he talks about the very real adaptations that happen on a mental and physical level from meditation. And I've never seen that before. I've done guided meditations where it's really out there, you know, and they're really there's not a lot of grounding in them, you know. They might have made you feel good, but there's not a lot of explanation as to what's going on, and it's definitely not like a progressive course like the Waking Up app is. It's a really good progressive course.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Claire, the Waking Up app allows groups. Can we start a Unity Gym meditation group? Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't even aware of that, so we should look into that. Let's try and... Claire, do you want to have a crack at doing that, or do we have to do it? Amy, find our attitude and perspective feed each other. A positive attitude can change your perspective, and pivoting your perspective can also change your attitude. Love that we can reprogram ourselves. Absolutely. Amen, Amy. This is something that, guys... This is something that I'm ridiculously passionate about, because those of you who've followed us for a while will know I've spoken openly about my battles with depression for decades, and now completely really under control. I mean, I have days where things bubble up and I need to tap out a little bit and just go inside and do some internal housekeeping. But nothing like what I used to be like in my earlier days, and it progressively gets worse. The type of depression I've got progressively is meant to get worse and worse and worse. My grandfather had it, my mother has it, and it's in the family, you know. But I have completely reprogrammed myself, and I use it now as just a signaling pathway that tells me that I need to go and spend a little bit of time on myself rather than giving my energy away. And I think it's something that you guys can all level up on too. Psychology is something that you can absolutely reprogram.
If you've just tuned in, everyone, where the UMS challenge starts today, we're going to be working for 30 days to build out a morning ritual that is going to empower you to change your life for the better. Make no mistake about that. Yanni and I and Richard have all gone through this same transformation. Hundreds of thousands, probably even millions of people around the world have gone through astronomical transformations by proactively taking control of their lives by starting with the mind, starting with
taking
what's going on.
control of their thoughts.
Of their thoughts, that's
taking
right.
Control
Rather
of
than
their thoughts and learning to understand that thoughts, feelings, emotions, urges, sensations, you don't have to be fused to them. They're not your character. They're not your spirit.
Yeah.
They are
not,
separate to you as an entity.
Yeah, and you don't have to live by reaction. You can live by action. You can literally create and be the architect of your life rather than just reacting to things that are going on around you. So if you have just tuned in, what it means is you're going to download the Waking Up app on it's on the Google Play or the Apple App Store. It's free to create an account. You'll get 5 free meditations, and we're going to start that tomorrow morning. The idea is that the very first thing that you do when you get up, you can do any number of small things like have a shower, clean your teeth, splash your face with water, go to the toilet,
have a cold shower.
Any little thing that just helps you sort of get up. But the idea is that you do it before you go and start your day. You do it first thing in the morning. Yeah. And we're going to start that tomorrow. So for those of you that are in, we want a comment on this post, and we want a commitment from you. We want you to really throw your hat in the ring and say, yes, I'm doing this. So for the next 7 days, it's a meditation every day for 10 minutes. And then after next week, we're going to throw something in as well. So we'll start something new every Tuesday, I guess. We'll throw something new in the ring.
Yeah, maybe we try.
Our live video has
Monday.
been interrupted. It says that here. Oh, here we are. It looks like we're back. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. It said...
it's
Yeah,
this dumbass software
we
that we've got.
interrupted.
Continue going. I'm going to record it.
Yeah.
But we're not live anymore.
Yeah, right.
Great
Apparently, we lost the live stream.
Well,
Anyway,
look,
we're
that's
going to
it.
bring this in for a landing. Unfortunately, we were a little bit late today. And
Well, are we even going to go to YouTube with this? Because we're not filming it with the video.
What's that? Yeah, no, we're not.
So that's it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's it. Thanks, everyone.
How did we lose the live stream?